Similar to my sister, our gratitude to the government and the people of the United Republic of Tanzania for accepting to host this meeting again at short notice, and for the warm hospitality and excellent facilities availed to us for the smooth conduct of our meetings. We truly appreciate this generous support, despite the pressures of hosting heads of state almost back to back within 2 weeks. Second, I am also thankful to you, honorable ministers, for making time out of your busy schedules to participate in this important meeting. This level of participation is a testament to your commitment and the value you attach to the attainment and sustainability of peace and security in our two regions. Indeed, our regions are inextricably intertwined, given the memberships of the member states we share and the economic value our respective member states derive from each other. The engagement we will have today can only enhance and solidify this important coexistence, dependence, and continued collaboration. I would also want to extend our appreciation to the two chairpersons of the respective councils of ministers, Honorable Professor Murira and Honorable Dr. Mudavadi, for their excellent coordination between the chairpersons of our RECs and the two secretariats. They made our tasks fairly easy and seamless. Third and lastly, let me also thank our colleagues from East African Community for the collaborative efforts and cooperation with the SADC Secretariat in preparing for this joint meeting. I do trust that this will be the norm as we proceed to coordinate and implement decisions from the extraordinary summit. Honorable Ministers, the security situation in the eastern part of DRC remains volatile, characterized by attacks by M23 and the capture of Minovo, Sake, and Goma, which resulted in the death and casualties of civilians and peacekeepers, worsening an already fragile security and humanitarian situation in eastern DRC. What is more concerning is that the instability has disproportionately affected women, children, and persons with disability. We are all aware that this joint meeting has been convened in fulfillment of the decision of the extraordinary summit of heads of state and government of 31st January 2025 in Harare, the Republic of Zimbabwe, where summit assessed the precarious and fast evolving security situation in DRC and called for an immediate joint summit of SADC and EAC to find the best way forward and a collective approach to the security situation in the DRC. In our quest to find lasting peace and security in DRC, SADC has continued to provide support towards two major political and diplomatic processes which are aimed at facilitating dialogue, namely the Luanda process led by His Excellency João Manuel Gonçalves Lorenzo, President of the Republic of Angola, and the African Union Champion on Peace and Reconciliation in Africa, and the Nairobi process led by His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta, former President of the Republic of Kenya. This joint meeting of ministers, therefore, marks a significant step in the spirit of solidarity and collaboration between members of SADC and EAC in finding a lasting solution to the security situation in the DRC, a member country that belongs to the two RECs. We therefore remain hopeful that our collective actions to address the security situation in DRC will not only bring peace and stability in the country, but also to the broader regions that the DRC is a member to. Honorable Ministers, this meeting is critical to me for a number of reasons. First, there have been numerous meetings with multiple agreements and interventions over the years since the conflict in DRC started more than 30 years ago. This meeting is certainly not the first, nor will it be the last. Second, despite multiple engagements and forums held before, not much has been achieved over the years. This has created frustration and, I believe, hopelessness from the DRC populations who are at the receiving end of the conflict. I want to believe that they have become doubtful of every engagement that takes place on this very subject of the security situation in Eastern DRC. It is therefore my humble submission that the extraordinary joint summit should be different, starting with your meeting here today, honorable ministers. This joint meeting should propose pragmatic actions and recommendations that will be tabled to the joint meeting tomorrow. The meetings for the next 2 days should yield very tangible and progressive solutions with clear deliverables and associated implementation plans where possible, and timelines, as well as responsible parties to ensure a successful delivery. Without this level of detail and focus, we may become another statistic of meetings that have not produced much. The situation, as you all know, is dire and needs our urgent attention by all to save lives and allow the people of the DRC to live in peace and tranquility. I thank you very much for your attention. Merci beaucoup. Muito obrigado. Asante sana. Siyabonga.